Okay, so they've given us a equation and they've given us state symbols. Remember that we've got solid and the AQ is aqueous and L is a liquid, and we have to pick which row in the table matches the information. So the barium hydroxide has to be a solid, so it's not going to be option C, it's not going to be option D. And the hydrochloric acid is aqueous, so that means it's not going to be option A because it says it's a liquid. So the only sensible option we have left there is option A. Next one, always read this information carefully because the answers very often are in the information, or the information will help you get to the right answer. This first one says, name a piece of equipment that could be used to measure the volume more accurately. If you think back to titrations, we actually used a burette because that's far more accurate than a measure cylinder would be. I've crossed that one out because it's been repeated twice somehow. Let's keep going. Part two. Um, Describe how the pH could be determined when a drop is placed on the universal indicator. So what you would do there is you would observe the color change of the paper, and you would then match the color change to a pH chart, and you just do a comparison. It's 2 marks, 1 mark for each line will get you the credit. Next one, part 3. Explain why universal indicator is used and litmus would not be suitable. So if we were to use litmus, litmus would, let's put here, litmus would only show you if it was an acid or alkali. It would not tell you the strength of the acid or alkali. In fact, I'm going to get rid of the word strength. I'm going to change that word for pH. It would not tell you the pH of the acid and alkali. Okay, got that one. That's brilliant. Next, we've got some data. And what they want us to do here is plot this data into a graph. Save you watching me do it. I've already done it. A couple of things I'm going to say to you. Number one is make sure your scale is nice and linear. So that means it goes up in a nice regular pattern. So mine goes up in 2 every time. And make sure you make this scale as big as you can. I've managed to get mine to fill the graph paper they've provided. And the same with this scale. This is the mass along the bottom. Again, I've got it to do that. If your scale is linear, so it goes up by the same amount each time, and it looks like mine does, you're going to get a mark for doing that. Okay. Next one is the line of best fit. As you can see, the black line on my graph is this S shape. That's always a shape for a neutralization. Yours has to be the same shape and it has to be best fit. So if your graph is the same shape and best fit, then you are going to get the mark, the second mark. And the third mark is for points plotted correctly. So they will look at each point and work out if you have plotted them accurately according to the results and the scale of your graph. Okay, carrying on. Here we've got hazard symbol. What is the meaning of the hazard symbol? So the only one here that matches this is option B. And the final little bit, what precaution would you do if you're handling this? You would wear safety glasses to protect your eyes.